Welcome back to the Behind the Print podcast, where we feature industry leaders and uncover the creative minds and their businesses within the world of professional printing. Our mission is to provide you with inspiring, actionable resources that elevate your business projects and accelerate your journey to excellence in profit and in print. Today, I'm joined by principal photographer of DC Stanley Photography, David Stanley. Welcome to the podcast.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you for joining us, and thank you for printing with us. If you're ready, let's just dive right into it. Sound good?
Yeah, it sounds great.
Tell me a little bit about yourself and what you do.
So about me, yeah, I am from a small town south of Houston, born and raised here. It's where my brick and mortar studio is located here in Friendswood, Texas. We do large format companies and corporations. That's kind of what we specialize in. So large volumes, anything over 1,000 people.
Hmm. How did you get into photography?
My dad always had a 35 millimeter camera with black and white film growing up. It was just kind of always available, and he taught me how to use it at a very young age. And then I just never really did much with it. But when I went to the military in the Navy, I was kind of the guy that always had a camera and just ended up being the person who always everybody was reaching out to get pictures from XYZ. And so it was just kind of a natural affinity that it was not, really forced. It just kind of happened. And then from there, I actually started making a business of myself in college just to try to offset some of the expenses. It grew from there.
What can you tell me about your typical clients?
Like I said, the large format, high school sports, cheer teams, dance studios locally. Also do a lot of corporate stuff.
So, what sort of problems do you typically help solve for these individuals?
I don't know if I actually solve any problems for these people other than maybe photoshopping out a pimple or something like that. But we are, like I said, the large format company. We're doing large groups. And so we're doing large volume of print for these people and shooting these individuals and providing that memorializing, I guess, more or less memorializing that imagery for those clients through print and digital imagery.
Well, I was checking out your website and I saw that you have options for weddings, engagements, high school seniors, family shoots, underwater shoots. Out of all of these services, what would you say is the most popular?
Definitely the sports stuff that I'm in right now has been the most popular. That's kind of been the last 5 years. We've really grown in that area and we've really enjoyed that area. So, it's been a nice change. I did weddings for the first 10 years of my business industry and really don't have gotten real picky with what I'm doing on the wedding side. And of course, we're known for that underwater thing. We have an underwater studio here on site.
That is so cool.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. We actually got featured by ABC News and like this, I guess, rare format business section, and they came out and did a whole like 15-minute video and filmed with me underwater while I shot with a client, and that was pretty cool getting to be on national TV for that.
It is very cool. Tell me a little bit more about your underwater studio. Is it just an indoor pool?
Yeah, so it's indoor outdoor, so we kind of have both elements there. We have everything from wedding clients to high school seniors that we shoot underwater as well. We've done families underwater, and yeah, it's a it's a specialty that not many people do. That's for sure.
Are there any challenges you have with shooting underwater? I mean, obviously, being able to hold your breath for a long time.
Yeah, I think the biggest challenge usually is for my clients because they see the imagery online and think, "Oh man, this looks so cool. We should do it." But during our investigations and our establishing the client phase, we actually end up losing about half the clients that are interested in it at first once we explain exactly what goes into it because it's not easy. It's not
Oh,
easy. It's not an
I can
easy thing to
imagine.
do. Yeah, and so we like to educate everybody and make sure that they're aware of everything that goes into it. And so yeah, it does become very niche. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you can't argue with the results. From what I've seen on your website, those are some really unique images. So, in addition to having an underwater studio, how else do you stand out from other photographers?
I think our style approach, the fact that we're a brick and mortar and have true customer service where people can come in and get the experience in person and speak with studio manager in person. I think that's what sets us apart in this age, at least for most of the volume photographers that are out there, they're just doing it out of their house or meeting clients in a public space.
Yeah, just having that, it's like a more personal approach, having that brick and mortar business that people can come in and meet you and talk to you a little bit before you start offering your services. Can you tell me about any major milestones that have defined you or your company?
Yeah, I can't really like one specific thing. Sort of my stairway to heaven moment, if you will. You know, the song "Stairway to Heaven" is like made the band who they were. But yeah, that had a underwater wedding shot that kind of went viral back in like 2010, and no one was doing anything like that at the time for sure. And it just sort of put me on the Houston map.
Sounds like you really have the market cornered there when it comes to your underwater photography. That's just such a cool service that you offer. Can you tell me about any challenges or obstacles that are holding you or your business back right now?
I mean, nothing to be honest, but we're always looking for more business, you know. And I think that the challenge there would just be time in general. And that's what really holds us back. It's just finding the right time, right amount of time and the right timing for the client. It's finding that right time slot and being available for the client as well. It's just, that's a big obstacle always.
So, how can you tell me about how print has helped elevate your business? I actually have one of your projects right here, and it
Uh,
turned out great.
yeah, I've got I know like a lot of my projects that I do with you guys actually sitting here just over the past 5 years I've been working with you guys. We this is the service that we offer that's definitely unparalleled. I mean, we don't, there's not a lot of people doing this around here, and we keep getting schools that contact us to make these collegiate level books and guides for them. And these are 110-page press proof books that have the perfect binding. And we love to use different substrates that are just solid and feel very, very corporate and top level, like I said, collegiate level or even NFL level media guides. But our problem is the volume. We can't handle the volume because this is everybody wants to do this at the exact same time. You really can only handle, one or two schools at a time. So everybody's football season starts at the same time. So we have to unfortunately tell people that it's just too bad, and we put them on a short list.
So, when it comes to your work here, you obviously do all the photography, but do you do stuff like the graphic design and all that stuff in the books too?
Yeah, so if you're able to flip through some of our online books at any point, you can see that everything looks very consistent, and that's because we are designing it and shooting it here in house. Now, with these guides that we do for the for these schools, you're still going to have like businesses and some personal ads that end up in the book that are done by the client who is purchasing the ad space. But for all of your generic pages and any of the things that are common in the book, yeah, we're shooting and designing those purposefully. So we're showing up and shooting a particular business or a particular client, if you will, one of the cheerleaders or something. We're shooting that front to end, knowing exactly how we're going to design that.
Very cool. Next question, it's kind of different. If you had a day completely free to spend however you'd like, how would you spend it?
Definitely, probably behind the boat. I like to wakeboard and wake surf, and that's something I'm doing as often as I possibly can. I was doing it this past weekend actually, so that's definitely how I spend my free time.
Is there like a local lake or shoreline around
We have
you?
a river. Yeah, we have a river that's local to us, and we have a boat, and we go and load it up and just have a great time.
Hmm. So, one last question for you. How can our listeners get in touch with you to maybe book your services, collaborate on a project? What's the best way to get in touch?
Yeah, I think through our website contact form, dcstanleyphotography.com. That's going to be the best way to get a hold of us. It's going to be an instant portal to our inbox. And we usually, if it's during normal business hours, you're going to get a reply within an hour.
Oh, that's
Like I
quite the
said,
return time.
yeah, like I said, we have a studio manager, brick and mortar. Our customer service is top notch. And I think that's what draws a lot of people to us. It's not going to be this typical long wait time that they might be used to experiencing in this industry. So, yeah.
Well, great. All right. Well, did you have any questions for me?
No, other than, just happy to be here and excited that we've been in partnership for a few years now and just, had a flawless experience. So I appreciate all you guys do, and I look forward to future projects for sure.
Yeah, we appreciate you printing with us. Well, I'd say that's a wrap on another episode of Behind the Print. Thank you for joining us as we explored the artistry and innovation of the printing world. Remember, having a strong vision, building the right strategy, and using tools like print to amplify your message will make your brand stand out from the crowd. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to get your sample pack today from PrintingCenterUSA.com and share it with your fellow business enthusiasts. Until next time, keep those creative sparks flying, and remember, there's always more to discover behind the print.